Hey friends, and welcome back to restoring this 1948 Bally Carnival Machine. Isn't she a beauty? So today we're going to be working in the back box, or on the back box light board, mech board, whatever here. And we got some issues. The biggest of which is that there's no schematics for this game because it's so old, right? So we're kind of left to our own devices on figuring out what the hell to do with it. So there's a few problems, one of which obviously is someone's wired speaker wire into here. I'm not 100% sure what that is. I assume it's the power cord, but that's obviously been there for quite some time. I don't know, we gotta trace the wires and see where they go. The next is the hold relay here is completely gone. We gotta trace those wires and see what that actually does. The shutter here is nice and free. It's obviously actuated by gravity, so it's all good. This bad boy, I don't know if I can get to it. Oh my goodness. So that's obviously got some issues. This is called the resets coin counter. Jesus. So that's barely moving at all. Then we got our main scorekeeper here, which was messing with this before, and I can't even get it to turn. Well, barely. Loosened up a little bit after I messed with it. So, it's got a screw up here, and this will fold up so you can work on it. So what we're gonna do today is work our way through this. Let's see what we can do. We gotta figure out where all these wires go so that we know, because there's no power cord on this machine. It had got cut off at some point. And if I remember right, it was sitting in the bottom of the cabinet. So there's that. And we gotta check our fuses. Thankfully, the amp rating is still there, 15, 3, and 3, and someone's put tape over it, so it's not going anywhere. So that's helpful, but we got this, whatever that's about. Anyway, interesting little setup. Now this doesn't have score rails. It has these lights, or your scores. There's like your, I can't remember what it is exactly, but 1 or 10, 20, or rather 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Then you get 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever. Or it might be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so it's pretty cool. The back glass is somewhere else where I show you, but so let's get started. Just gotta clean these. As always, we're gonna start at the wall. And I'm probably gonna make some little schematics as I go to figure out what in the hell all this does. So bear with me and we'll see where we end up. Well, first thing we notice, as I said, we got 15, 3, and 3 amp. These are all the same, and they're all 20 amp. So that ain't right. You can't do that. So I gotta see if I have those fuses. But in the meantime, let's keep going. Okay, people. I took about an hour and a half. Made a little schematic of the back box. Right, so you can see these represent these. So it's 10K, 20K lights, 30, 40, whatever. And then it wraps around down here. 7, 8, 900,000, and your ground is this big black one back here. These, I assume, are your match. So basically, whenever this switch goes off, it closes this switch and checks for your match. This is your run out switch, or no, excuse me, that's your zero switch. So it'll hold this coil on until it flips around. See this? Obviously is your step down coil. And it'll shut that every time it hits one. This not 100% sure what that one does. Obviously this is your min and your max. Figured out our transformer, where everything goes, our fuses that were all wrong, all our lights. This one's your special light. This one is your tilt light. The hold relay connects to these, and I'm not sure where these go yet, but these represent all the items in the Jones plugs, where everything goes. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's like this just random. You'd think they would have taken these and just done, or rather the 1 through 12 lights for the little bumpers. But nope, it's not how they rolled. There's only one open, which is this last one here. So the last one I found was this 2 on this side, because it goes right here, the ground for the score lights. Anyway, that was actually interesting. All I used was a ohm meter. So I think I am going to work on this, but this coil here is pretty much done. So I need to go, I have a little cache of them out somewhere. I gotta go see if I have one with roughly the same resistance value. The rest of them seem okay. So then we'll see if we can get this mech working here. Well, I would have filmed this and done it live for you, but honestly I have no idea what I'm doing. Making it up as I go along. But these parts are all from this stepper. Unfortunately, I do not have that coil, and it's obsolete. When I tried to order it last time, they didn't have one, but it's pretty close to a C28 1100, which is on their same size, same resistance. Good enough for the girls we're dating. So I got this all apart. It is just caked full of what I assume is dried up WD-40. I can't even get it out of there, so we're gonna have to keep digging. All right, if you're interested in what the bottom side of this looks like, so see, these wires are your 10,000 lights. They come over here, so it's twice, I guess. And then these ones are your hundreds, tens, or hundreds, 200s, whatever, thousands. So it's pretty good. And this, your match, goes to this middle ring here. Pretty slick little setup, actually. So, I literally used correctly this time. Smacked this with a hammer to get the damn thing out of there. I don't know, I'm gonna have to clean it up and see, because it's like that, it's like almost a bearing. It's all seized up. So I don't know, we'll see. Let me clean it, and if it don't work, then it don't work. But we'll give it a shot. So hopefully that one won't be such a pain, because it still moves a little bit. Ugh. All right, people. Here's the test. Remember, hammered it out. Slicker than snot. All right, let's put this bad boy back together. All right, well, we've had some successes and some tragedies. First, I killed this coil trying to get the sleeve out of it, which is unfortunate. Maybe able to fix it later on, but I don't know. So, gotta get a new one there. Sorry. But we do have it back together. We reset it. All right, step up. Voila. The doink that's here is missing, obviously. So we need to see if we can either rig something up or order that particular piece to open this switch. Otherwise, actually, that is probably why that coil is so burnt. Anyway, it's all clean. Damn thing won't stay up, so I'm not sure if I can do this with one hand. Demonstrate. So, if I'm being honest, I'm not 100% sure if I got it set right for 0. Because I have no real frame of reference. I'm gonna have to just wait and turn it on, I guess, unless I decide to get the meter out, see if this can go on this way or 180 degrees, this way or 180 degrees. But I don't know which way it's supposed to go. We'll figure it out, I guess. So anyway, on to that one. But that will be next weekend, because it's hot, I'm tired, and I want to go in and play with the little boy. So we'll see you right now. Okay, and we're back. It's June 12th, 2022, Sunday. Yesterday we had some other stuff going on, so I didn't get out here, but today we're going to continue work on the stepper and the credit counter, and then work the rest of the play field. A little peek behind the curtain here. Friday, I guess, we picked up this old girl. So watch for the haul video and more detail sooner or later. So let's get to work. So I can't remember if I said this before, I think I did, but this thing is completely seized up just like this other one was. I mean, that works halfway, but and that works, but the wheel is seized just like the other one. So let's take this apart. Okay, well, got that out of there. That was a long and tedious mess. I don't know about these coils. I cannot get the sleeves out of any of them, which I don't know if that's normal or if that's because they're all melted, but every single one of them has some damage of some sort. This one, I mean, I don't know. That one actually looks reasonably good. These ones, that one's dead. Talked about that, so they're all obsolete. I mean, I know what these four are, but I'm not exactly sure what that one is, so we'll have to look. What the modern equivalents. So this, look at me, I'm all sweaty, disgusting, because it's like 95 degrees out here, and this was the hardest thing, I think. It was harder to get apart than that one, because it's got this hole right here that this pin goes through. And let me tell you, I had a pair of channel locks squeezing with everything I had to get that damn thing to come out of there. Then I had to get a punch and smack it with a hammer a few times to get it the rest of the way out. And then trying to get this off was, I don't know what they've got on here, but good Lord. Then once that came off, getting this shaft out of this hole was another 15-minute endurance trial of twisting and pulling. So now hopefully we'll clean it up and she'll spin as freely as the other one. It's just amazing what this stuff that they put on here can do to you. But before I do that, I'm going to clean everything and reassemble it, and we'll see how she blows. Alright, we got this stuff all cleaned up, and well, a little high centered, but you get the point. So I gotta clean up all these parts over here, and we'll put her back together. Okay, so I could not for the life of me get that damn pin to go back in there. You can see it just mushroomed up rather than go in for some reason. So I had this M3 bolt here, which went through there, and it even threaded itself into this side. So now it's gotta, you know, it can come in and out. But there's a 50-50 chance I put this on correctly. So I may have to take it off and turn it 180 degrees, but we won't know that until we get it back together. So roll on. All right, well, let's see our luck here. I haven't got the stops in yet, so it's a little awkward, but works. Reset. Okay, now we're at 0. So, oh, and there goes everything. Okay, so put our, let's find 1. Oh, holy hell, they line up. Well, that's lucky. All right, I'm gonna retrieve my shop towels and continue working. All right, what I really don't get about this whole shit and caboodle here is I thought this was a credit counter, right? But it counts up and then resets all the way. So I'm wondering if this is like a a special or something, you get credits, and then you like show it to the barkeep and he gives you X nickels and pushes a button on the bottom which pulls this plunger in and resets everything. Know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't, you would think it would have to count up and down if it were a credit reel. So interesting. We'll have to play around with it when we get the other stuff done and see what actuates this coil here. And this one for that matter. Anyway, let's continue reassembling. I'm not going to put the coils back on here because I'm going to have to get new ones because I can't clean them or replace them, the insides. Which is a shame. Anyway. Alright. So I think I'm going to leave it right there. Excuse me. And go from there. So I'm putting together an order. I got it written down in my book there for 5 coils, fuses. If you order more than $100 at Pinball Resource, you get a like 10% discount. So I'm gonna wait until I can put at least the cabinet together, see what other parts I need, and then when we can go through the bottom of this play field. I know there's at least 2 steppers on there and the flipper. So there's going to be some more coils there, so we'll see if they're trash like these ones. I mean, they'll probably work, but going through all this trouble, we may as well put coils in there that aren't gonna, I mean, you can see it, that's not soot, that's like caked on burnt plasticky crap in there. You can see that. So I don't even know what to do with that. And this is paper, like a sticker. It's weird. Your shutter doesn't actually hit the stop. So that's interesting. Alright, well, then I gotta order some fuses. So I don't have 3 or 15 amps. But anyway, let me know what you think. Keep it real. And we'll see you next time when... honestly, probably put all the guts back in the cabinet. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Oh, and leave me a comment. Let me know you're here. It's very lonely. Please, tell your friends.